Um, I saw Basido Box and he had first spoke on this, and I decided to chime in and give my take on this situation. And I just gotta tell you, Carissa Shields, she just really, like I said, digging herself in a ditch that she's not gonna be able to dig herself out of because her mouth is her worst enemy. And she just said stuff that just completely turns you off to her. And sometimes that's can be typical of a woman. Sometimes conversation is everything when you meet somebody, and it doesn't go with meeting a woman. It just goes with meeting a person in general. Sometimes they can instantly say something that can just make you just either want to cut the conversation short, or you just be like, all right, enough of this stuff. But sometimes women have a bad habit of doing that. When you meet a woman sometimes don't know how to continue a conversation. It's a man's job to start a conversation, and it's sort of like a woman to engage if she's interested, or keep the conversation going to the point to where the man is interested in basically pursuing you, or enticing you, or going after you, however you want to call it. And sometimes I didn't met women where they can just instantly, 2 or 3 minutes into the conversation, they'll just say something so stupid or ridiculous till you just want to not even want to continue to talk to them, or you will find a way to end the conversation and walk away. And even if you get the number, you just will either not call them, or you just will block them, because I done been in that situation. And that's just the case with Carissa Shields. She just further continues to just say stupid stuff and alienate her supporters from her. Now, eventually, I know it's going to be some captain that's going to come on here trying to put on his cape, or it's going to be some fake black feminist bitch that might come on here trying to make excuses for Carissa Shields. And I just want to say, middle finger to both of y'all, don't even try it. First of all, for her to sit up there and post she hate men is a disrespect, not only to men in general, by you saying that you hate men. So basically you saying that you hate your father, whether you had a up and down rocky relationship with your father. If it wasn't for your father, you wouldn't be here, because at the end of the day, no matter how much um malarkey that these women talk about, they don't need a man and all that stuff, you dumb hoes do need a man. That's just real talk. And I'm not going to be nice about this. You do need a man. And like I said, I don't know what's going on with Carissa Shields, and I'm trying not to dig into her personal life. But then, based off how she talks, how she conducts herself, how she always feels like she has to try to compete with a man, and I'm gonna keep it a buck, she shouldn't have won Fighter of the Year. And I'll tell her right to her face that Devin Haney should have won ESPN Fighter of the Year. She didn't deserve it. And that's just fact. I already know that ESPN, as they always do, they try to make a fake political statement, and they secretly like to try to play female athletes up against men athletes. Um, and they love trying to play, in particularly our women, up against us, and try to make it look like our women are better men and women. And they're not. And it's not even remotely close. I can show many cases where it's been proven that a mother raising kids alone, in all likelihood, is not going to fare well, especially for a man. I know society has made women and basically coerced and tricked women in particularly black women, in believing that they're better men than black men, but that's a complete lie. And like I said before, Carissa Shields, if she's saying she hate men, she's saying she hate her father, she hate her brothers, she hate her cousins, she hate any man that's related to her and share the same bloodline. And like I said before, maybe Clarissa Shields, whatever going on in her personal life, maybe she need to look in the mirror and ask herself the question, what am I doing wrong? Maybe I'm the problem. And she's leaving a trail of video evidence and social media evidence. Maybe she's the problem and she doesn't see it. But at the end of the day, um, women treat accountability like a disease because they're never held accountable. They treat it like, you know what I'm saying, like a disease. They don't want to catch it. Somehow, some way, it can be completely their fault, and they will try to find a way to make it the other dude's fault. You got 6 kids by 6 different men, but somehow it's the man's fault. So it ain't your fault that you couldn't keep your legs closed and you couldn't use contraceptives. Okay, cool. Okay. And I'm going to say this again. I don't give a damn if anybody send this to Clarissa Shields. Ain't nobody afraid of Clarissa Shields. Nobody don't give a nobody. Clarissa Shields ain't nobody scared of her. That's that, and I ain't telling her to pull up on me, but I'm just saying you can send this to her. She can, like I said, on the real, Clarissa Shields, she could bring her ass on here if she got a problem with me. Because she sounds stupid, and it's just time for somebody to stop sugarcoating. The thing that we got to stop doing as men, and in particularly black men, until you simps out there, step aside. If you ain't gonna call these women out and you soft like a Twinkie, get your ass out the way and let the real man address this situation. Take y'all soft Twinkie asses somewhere else. Take your hoe cake asses somewhere else. And let the real man address this. Because it's just time to push these simps out the way. Now, like I said, you may have some non-black that see this and come on here because he have an issue with black men in particular. And I just want to say, fuck you too. And wherever you came from. Well, first of all, any woman that chooses to be a single woman, they are an idiot. And that's just the bottom line. It's been proven time and time again that being a single mother doesn't pan out. No matter how much they want to come with these fake feel-good stories about how my son got into the NBA and all that bull, like, well, you see what's going on with homeboy with The Blind Side, because he basically, they called that white woman out. The white savior movie that came out a while back that won Sandra Bullock an Oscar, which was basically, according to the brother, that was mostly false, but they do that in Hollywood. The white savior and black people. And that's another thing. We got to stop feeling like, and in particularly black men, and I'm talking to my black men, y'all got to stop feeling like y'all out of place. Y'all got to stop being ashamed to speak. Stop letting people, especially that don't look like us, make you feel shameful of speaking your mind and calling people out. Stop falling for that stuff. Y'all too sensitive. Like I said, for real, who cares what these Mexicans think? Who cares what these white people think? And who cares what these feminists think? Who cares what these non-blacks think? Fuck them. Stand up. It's funny how people sit up there and say that we too sensitive, but then as soon as you say something about them, they sitting up here demanding an apology and stuff. And that's funny because it was I remember these two, I don't know, they like some Mexican podcasters. They had Tiger on there, and I think they was talking about that video, I don't know, with YG, where he called himself paying homage to Mexican culture, and they talked about they took offense to them throwing tortillas in the air and all that stuff. Well, I take offense to hearing you Mexicans using the N-word, because y'all ain't black, and y'all ain't black whatsoever. Y'all don't consider y'all black. Like, for real. I'm getting off subject, but it's on the lines of, like I said, this directed at black men. Clarissa Shields need to be called out, and she need to be held accountable. And that's just real talk. Y'all, it's just real talk. First of all, money don't help you raise a child. You need to have somebody that's going to care for the child, that's going to be there spiritually, mentally, physically, that's going to be there to groom a child. Like I said, I was always in my son's life. Even when me and his mother split up, I always was around, and I always tried to play a pivotal role in his life. And like I said before, my son graduated from college. My son didn't end up in prison. My son ain't like some niggas on here, and some of these sorry black dudes and women on here that sit up here and celebrate going to jail like that's a badge of honor. Calling they channels prison stories. Man, if you don't get out of here, you not helping the cause. You part of the problem. And I'm not supporting that BS. And I don't care if anybody here that hear this video and they take offense when I'm saying any black person that celebrate going to the prison system and trying to capitalize and trying to profit off of it, you part of the problem. You are the ultimate sellout. And that's just real talk. And like I said, I don't give a fuck what man or woman get offended by hearing this. You a sellout. You a sellout. You the real coon. No nigga should be walking up here and sitting up on YouTube celebrating, happy that they went to prison. That's why our young black men and women is fucked up now. Because of people like that. I ain't got to name no names. There's plenty of people on here that celebrate that stuff. And like I said, if people think I'm talking about them, that's their damn problem. But real talk, we got to stop embracing that kind of behavior. That's degenerate behavior. Do you see white people sitting up there celebrating going to prison and stuff, and then these dudes go on these shows like DJ Vlad and Adam 22 and let them people exploit them? Hell out of here. Yeah, exactly. You supposed to be celebrating graduating from college, and that's another thing. That's another deception that then went on in our community, making it look like further education is a terrible thing. Ain't nothing wrong with educating yourself. But I will say this, and everybody knows college ain't for everybody. That is factual. But it's other ways to better yourself. Going to trade school, taking up a trade, doing some online stuff. Because like I said, college ain't for everybody. That's factual. But at the same time, to sit up there and make it look like something is wrong with you. And then, like I said, black women have played a pivotal role in the downfall of black men, sitting up here making a black man feel like he a sellout if he go to college. They sit up here talking this malarkey about they want a dude with some thug in them. They want a street dude. They part of the problem. But then these are the same sorry black bitches that'll sit up here and wonder why they in a situation where they sitting up with 6 kids by you know what I'm saying, 7 or 8 possible fathers, because they really don't know who possibly some of the kids belong to. But they sitting up here trying to have all these expectations of what the next dude should do for them. And then at the same time, they don't like a working dude. They consider a working man weak. We the only people that have that type of mentality. And that's sickening. And that's real. And like I said before, hearing people like Clarissa Shields just talk that dumb shit that she talk, it's just, I just can't support her and I just can't roll with her. And I know people ain't gonna call for her to apologize because, like I said before, black women can be very cowardly. They love to holler about how they get mistreated and how they always play the victim, but then they love to victimize us mentally. Black women been victimizing and black men mentally for decades. I'm sorry if I'm the only one that have the guts to say this. I'm the only one that had the guts to say this, and that's what make me different from these other dudes. because I'm not worried about having 100,000 subscribers and watering down my channel. I'm speaking facts here. The biggest detrimental to who've been detrimental to the black community have been black women. And you can send this to that, and you can send this to Cynthia G. Y'all been the problem. Y'all part of the problem because y'all condition these black men not to respect each other. You raise these black men to be mentally weak. Because a lot of times y'all treat y'all son like he y'all man. The only thing that you ain't doing is having sex with him. But you think of your son as your man because you condition your son to stay at home and not try to branch out. But you groom your daughters to go get an education, leave the house, be on their own. But you try to keep the man at the house. You try to keep the young black. That's the one that you should be trying. That's the main one that you should be trying to nurture to branch out and stand on his own. Black men been raised to be, codependent instead of independent, and specifically by black women. Now, I know it's going to be some black women that's going to hear this video and get mad and try to come up with all these fake excuses, trying to spin this and put this on black men. Yeah, I ain't worried about y'all being mad. Fact is fact. I can prove it. The proof is in the pudding. Just look around. Look around. Ask yourself, why do so many black men live with their mama? And a lot of times the man try to leave the house and the mother won't let them leave. Oh, I need you here because I need a man around. I don't feel safe. And I mean, for real. See, nobody don't want to have no real conversation because, like I said, I'll go on them panels and I have them black women mad at me. I'll destroy y'all in a debate. Y'all always trying to play victim and shit. Just like I say, Clarissa Shields sitting up there saying she hate men and stuff because I guess she having some personal issues. But like I said, she need to ask herself what's going on with her. Like I said before, for me to become a better father and to become a better man, I had to look in the mirror and ask myself, what the hell am I doing wrong? How do I fix myself? I still ain't perfect, but I tried to better myself. I'm still making mistakes, but I tried to get better. And that's something black women don't want to do. They will sit up there and find every type of excuse to blame somebody else. And then they'll have the audacity to tell us to man up. How about you fucking woman up? That's just real talk. Clarissa Shields sound like a damn fool. And to think, people were sitting up there riding for her when Steve Kim, with his suspect racist ass, was saying all that suspect racial innuendo. Now, I know it's people that I know that mess with Steve Kim. I don't mess with Steve Kim. That's real talk. I don't have nothing to say to Steve Kim. When I see him at boxing event, that's one dude I don't speak to. Won't ever speak to him. And don't come with that. See, as black people, we got to stop. Just because somebody say something we don't like, we got to stop saying we got to stop calling people racist because they say something that we don't like. Nah, he done said plenty of stuff that was suspect. I seen this dude go on Jason Whitlock's show talking shit about black people. So no, he's suspect. And he's done this more than once. So if anybody listening to this video saying that I'm a race baiter and all this kind of stuff, calling out Steve Kim, you can eat a dick. That's real talk. Because at the end of the day, we got to start calling these people out. And that's real talk. We got to stop letting these people disrespect us. That's the problem. We got to stop being timid towards people. It's amazing how black people love to square up on other black people. That's real talk. You ready to pull out a gat if somebody accidentally step on your Jordan. You ready to pull out a gat if somebody look at you funny. You ready to do whatever it takes if a black dude disrespect you. But when these white boys be doing stuff to us, I ain't seen nobody sit up there and make videos about what should have happened to that cracker that shot up them people in Jacksonville. Why is Dylan Roof still breathing? It's not like you can't call a kite, you know what I'm saying, in prison. I'm not saying that should happen to him. I'm just keeping it a buck. Why is George Zimmerman still walking around? You know what I'm saying? That's just real talk. Black people don't have no problem squaring up on black people. See, that's the difference between me and these dudes on YouTube. You know, because see, the thing is, when I saw that white man at the airport bothering that black lady, I walked up to him. I intervened. He tried to say this don't have nothing to do with you. Oh, it got everything to do with me. When you sitting up here, you like 6 feet, and you picking on a 5'5" black woman because you don't like what her t-shirt say. Real talk. Real talk. People disrespect us on a regular basis, but black people never had that same energy. If black people fought as hard for black people to have stuff, then we wouldn't be in the position that we in right now. This is why we in last place. Like I said, you guys would rather fight for Eminem on whether the fact that he's the greatest rapper of all time. You guys would rather fight against other black people about Eminem and all that kind of stuff. Why ain't nobody sent no money to the families of the people in Jacksonville? One thing about me, I practice what I preach. I do these shoe reviews, but I can tell you right now, I sent money. I sent my money. I sent money to help pay for them people in Alabama when that fight broke out. Can I say that for y'all? And then when we do want to help, you get either black people or white people that'll try to shame us. Kid Rock sent thousands of dollars, you know, to help pay for the lawyer of that dude that choked out that black man on the subway. He sent money to that dude, to that kid, to that white kid that went and was that crossed Illinois state line and went into Wisconsin and shot all them people. He sent tens of thousands. Ron Erlacher. Nobody questioned him. But then if a black dude sends something, see, we shouldn't be doing that. Oh, this dude is accused of doing this. Man, fuck them. When y'all gonna stop worrying about what other people think? I'm not worried about what other people think. I don't let people make me feel guilty. When we stop explaining ourselves to people, the better off we. Like I said, we ain't got to explain ourselves to nobody that ain't black. We ain't got to explain ourselves to nobody that don't look like us. And we ain't got to explain blackness to nobody. We ain't got to explain why we got an issue with Clarissa Shields. We don't owe nobody no explanation that don't look like us. And when y'all stop, well, the reason why black people, I ain't got, like I said, y'all know me. I ain't got to explain nothing to nobody. And I'm not. I'm not gonna sit up here and argue with somebody that's not black about how we support other black people. See, black people are sending money to those people in Alabama that basically committed assault. Them people didn't commit assault. Them people basically defended a black dude who was doing his damn job, who asked them people more than once to move their boat, refused to move their boat, who attacked him first. And that's just basically the bottom line. I don't do the nigga explanation stuff. Cause like I said, I don't have to. People know not to come on my channel talking that stuff to me. Well, why is it that black people, because I don't owe you no, I cut them off right then and there. Oh, you just don't want to engage in intellectual fuck you, dude. Like, get out of here, man. I'm intellectually superior. No, you're not. No, you're not. White supremacy continues to exist because of black people. When y'all stop having this slave master mentality towards other people, y'all just don't have it towards white people. Y'all have it towards other people that ain't black. Y'all sometimes the damn problem. We don't. We don't have to. When somebody say, "How come black people?" I cut them right then. I cut them off right then and there. Oh, you're just afraid of intellectual doubt. No, what's intellectual about it? You're not intellectually superior. It's just the fact is, I don't owe you no explanation. You know why? Because you're not one of us. That's why. You're not one of us. You're not part of the tribe. You're not part of the tribe. You ain't in the family. Oh, well, how are we going to fix the problem if we can't have you? When have you ever tried to fix the problem? You talk against the problem. You undermine the problem. So, for real, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I mean, for real, get the hell out of here, man. And like I said before, man, getting back to Clarissa Shields, she just really showing that she's just not an intelligent person. And I hate to say this about her, but she's just not an intelligent person. Um, she just showing that she have some kind of envy towards men. And the thing is, like I said, she want to talk all this feminist stuff. And like I said, a lot of times these women that talk all this feminist women in sports stuff, here's the thing. I asked this question again. As far as the WNBA go, why ain't these WNBA reporters having women reporters come cover their games? How come Malika Andrews ain't asking to cover the WNBA? That's my question. She don't seem to want to have no part of that, but then she trying to talk all this feminist stuff. And we all know that Malika Andrews has some deep-seated vitriol for black men. I don't know if something happened to her in college or whatever. I don't know if something happened to her when she was in Oakland and stuff. She liked some dude and he, brushed her off, and she ever since then had some kind of vitriol for black men. And Stephen A. Smith, he was full of shit when he was sitting up there trying to justify her sitting up bringing up what happened with Brother Man when he was drafted. That was his moment, and she didn't have no right to intrude on it. That was a joyful moment for him. And to sit up there and bring up something that was going on that basically he hasn't really been convicted of anything, she should have let the dude have his moment, because she don't bring up nothing when these white boys be getting in trouble. And like I said, we all know ESPN's agenda is to demonize black men using black people to do it. They made every excuse in the book for Dana White when him and his wife slapped each other, and it was on video. But then you hear allegations what a brother supposed allegedly did. Then they sitting up there just condemning him to the point of where they make it look like he should have, he should be beheaded in front of you know what I'm saying, in front of a mob. So please stop the cap. Stop it. Well, you can make that argument about you can make that argument about Malika Andrews, because here's the thing: you can say the same thing about Sage Steele, and you definitely can make that argument about Doja Cat, because Doja Cat didn't been on panels where She didn't let white boys say the N word with the ER and didn't say nothing, didn't check them. Oh yeah, they of course they buried that Chad Willer story. Of course they did, because he under the protection complexion program, and that's just real talk. But yeah, all I'm saying is about Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields, since she hate men, hey, she ain't gonna get no support from me. And like I said, I don't give a damn if Clarissa Shields ever do a damn interview with me. I don't need Clarissa Shields. I don't need to talk to her. She ain't gonna make or break my channel. And other people can sit up there and cape for her and make excuses for her and not call her out for her foolishness because she sounds stupid. She can't beat Keith Thurman in an actual fight. She done sat up there and called out Sean Porter, talked about she could beat Sean Porter. She can't beat Sean Porter. She said she could beat Triple G. Triple G will take Clarissa Shields' life if they fought. He would literally hurt her. Say what you want about Triple G and the level of competition he fought. Yeah, he do hit hard. Same thing. She at this point, she can't even beat Jake Paul. Jake Paul hit hard too. If Jake Paul land one punch on Clarissa Shields, he gonna put her to sleep, and she gonna get carried out on the stretcher, and she gonna look stupid. All Clarissa Shields got to do is continue to build herself and be an ambassador, but she don't have to make it a battle of the sexes. Stop talking about if I was a man. Nobody don't want to hear that shit. If this was a fifth, we all be drunk. Nobody don't want to hear that stuff. I wish stop making it look like black men ain't went through the struggle. We can argue all day back and forth who didn't had it the worst. Because keep in mind the same way they was saying, hey, keep in mind the same way they was violating our women on them farms and them farms. They was doing it to us. They was doing all kind of unthinkable stuff to us. What you think buck breaking mean? What you think that mean? They wasn't just violating the women, they were violating the men. On them plantations. That's just real talk. See, people don't want to have those conversations. So, like I said, we can make an argument that we suffered just as much as they did, if not more. So Clarissa Shields need to be quiet, and she need to stop. She making a fool of herself. Clarissa Shields is delusional. She delusional, and somebody need to tell her that. Or maybe she just need to get a taste of reality. Because like I said, put her in the ring with Triple G and see what happened to her. Triple G, when they went to him and asked him about that, he looked like, man, is she serious? Do she want to die? Do she want to die? Because like I said, Triple G would literally kill Clarissa Shields if they fought. He would take her life. And I can tell you right now, he wouldn't make it out the arena. So why would anybody waste their time responding to Clarissa Shields? But she keep specifically setting her sights on Keith Thurman. By her sitting up there saying that she trying to elevate women's sport by trying to emasculate a man, and particularly black men, because she keep calling Keith Thurman out. She doing herself a just service. And I'm gonna tell you right now, she gonna fuck around and she gonna get a lot of women laid out. Then that's just the honest to God truth. She gonna sit up there and set a standard, and she gonna have these women thinking they can run up on men, and then she gonna get a lot of women laid out. And people could holler that stuff about you ain't supposed to do this, it's wrong to do this. Well, what are you supposed to do when somebody coming at you and they in attack mode? You have every right to defend yourself. You have every right to restrain. It's easy for people to say, "Oh, it's no excuse to do this." It's easy to do. It's easy to say that shit when it ain't happening to you. It's easy for somebody to sit up there and talk like that when it ain't happening to them. So I guess if somebody yielding a knife at you, you ain't supposed to defend yourself. So you supposed to remember that that's a woman. Okay. We could play the politically correct game all we want, but we already know what are you supposed to do. So you supposed to sit up there and let somebody take your life because they're of a different gender. And then now you got people say they ain't even no gender. So if that's the case, how can you sit up there if you got people? So what if this person identifies non-binary? Then what? Is that a loophole for you to get you know? Is that a loophole for you to defend yourself? I'm just saying, people gonna start looking at that kind of stuff, and people gonna start using that type of stuff in court cases and all that kind of shit. So I'm just saying. Yeah, yeah, I saw that, and then I did some research on her. That lady is a feminist lesbian who they made tons of video talking stuff about men. To me, that was her wake up call. That was her wake up call. And I heard this, and I haven't seen the video. I heard that she made a move first. Now listen, at the end of the day, when she was first saying, you know, she got hit with a brick because she refused to give the dude her phone number. Listen, and from what I heard, the dude wasn't what you call an American black anyway. I heard he was like Haitian or something. But at the end of the day, we still all black. But at the end of the day, well, there you go. That's the ramification when you always sitting up there talking bad on men, saying you don't need a man, you don't care about no man, fuck a man. Well, guess what? You needed a man to save your ass when you got hit with a brick. But you was sitting up previously before that talking shit about men. There you have it. One thing about me, I would never say that I hate women because I came out of a woman. I got aunts, I got sisters, I got nieces, I got cousins. What it looked like me sitting up there saying that I hate women. If I said that, people would be coming for me. But that's the double standard. People sat up there and accused Kevin Samuels of hating women, which he never said that. But then you got people like Cynthia G that made videos, her and a bunch of other lousy, low count black bitches made videos talking about if you get pregnant with a black boy, you should get an abortion. And nothing happened to them. But you had Kevin Samuels tried to basically educate and school black women and help them better themselves to become better women and better efficient to be in a relationship with a man. And they called him a woman hater. They called him every name but a child of God. But you got women on here making videos like that. So that lady, and then that lady ain't even American black, she's Somalian. So to me, oh well, oh well, oh well. What Leslie Child say on what Leslie Child say on the Hangover? Not my problem. That ain't my problem. That ain't black man's problem. Because remember, she don't need us. She was saying F us. So for the women that sit up there and want to be mad at black men and all this kind of stuff, who say we don't, man, I done seen plenty of instances where black men tried to defend black women and got nothing in return. I saw a black man who tried to basically check an Asian dude who was sitting up there disrespecting black women at a nail shop, and they threatened to call the police on him. I saw black men basically protest and go to these Chinese, these Asian, hair salon stores that disrespect black women as customers, accuse them of stealing, disrespect them. And you had black women cussing them dudes out. So they could save that stuff. I done seen plenty of incidents where black men defended black women. So black women sitting up there talking about, oh, black, you can't have it both ways. You can't sit up there and say you don't need a man, F a man, and we ain't this, we ain't that, we trash. But then when something happened to you, you expect us to help. Remember, you don't need us. Either you do or you don't. There you have it. Like I said, when black women start looking in the mirror and start asking themselves, what am I doing wrong? As long as black women are not called out and held accountable, and then you got these simps like the Steve Harveys of the world, the Stephen A. Smiths of the world that sit up there under all circumstances, don't hold women accountable, let women punk them on national TV, don't stand up for themselves and try to be shamed into defending themselves. This is going to continue to happen. You think I'm finna let somebody disrespect me? I don't give a damn what gender they are. That stuff don't work on me. Oh, you're arguing with a woman? Oh, you're disrespecting a woman? Hey, well, the bitch disrespected me. I'm not supposed to say nothing. I'm just supposed, but like I said, but that's how society then fixed it for black men. We're just supposed to sit up there and take it. We're just supposed to take it. Don't say nothing. Ignore him. Pray about it. Let the man upstairs fight your battles. Well, how come nobody else regurgitates that? How come nobody else have those sentiments? That's what they always tell us. Well, I'm different. I'm going to say something. I'm going to fight back. Like I said, black man, we ain't got to explain ourselves to nobody. We don't have to give nobody no explanation. I ain't got to sit up here and have no dialogue with nobody that don't look like me on why I'm being treated unfair. I don't want to have them conversations. Everybody else get to protect their culture. Everybody's culture is sacred, but ours is an open book. Everybody get to voice their opinion when it pertains to us. Nah, you don't have to be disrespected by nobody. Doesn't matter whether they your sister or your mother. You can defend yourself verbally. You don't have to get physical. Nah, no, you don't have to take nobody's disrespect. Because like I said before, we the only man in our community that is playing second fiddle to our women. They want our women to walk in front of us, not alongside of us or behind us. They want our women to walk in front of us. You got to understand, all this stuff is directed towards us. Look how they use these entertainers, the music industry. Look how they look at Hollywood. Like, this stuff ain't no coincidence, bro. I'm just keeping it a buck. But that's just real talk. But anyway, you guys, appreciate y'all being here. I'll be back with more. I'm out.